I think the biggest thing I'd encourage people to do is think of others. Think of their relatives, their grandmother, their mother, who may get the virus and have death, or their life is so altered they can't enjoy it anymore. That's a reason to get the vaccine. I think the biggest thing I'm worried about is more lives lost. And these lives are lost needlessly, as we have a vaccine for this disease now, and it's 90% effective. People are dying from a vaccine-preventable disease. Large-scale clinical studies have found COVID-19 vaccination prevented most people from getting COVID-19. Some people who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 will still get sick because no vaccine is 100% effective. These are called vaccine breakthrough cases. Experts continue to study how common these cases are. Even though a small percentage of fully vaccinated people will get sick, vaccination will protect most people from getting sick. There also is some evidence that vaccination may make illness less severe in people who get vaccinated, but still get sick. You should get vaccinated regardless of whether you already had COVID-19. Current evidence suggests that reinfection with COVID-19 is uncommon in the months after initial infection, but may increase with time. Even if you have already recovered from COVID-19, it is possible, although rare, that you could be infected with the virus that causes COVID-19 again. If you were treated for COVID-19 with monoclonal antibodies or convalescent plasma, you should wait 90 days before getting a COVID-19 vaccine. The Delta variant of COVID-19, which was first detected in India, now makes up about 6% of COVID-19 cases in the US. While prevalence is still low, we are seeing an increase in its spread. Some research suggests the Delta variant may be more contagious than the original strain of COVID-19. A recent study conducted on authorized and trial COVID-19 vaccines showed them to be effective against the Delta variant. The Pfizer vaccine was 88% effective against the Delta variant after its 2 doses. Other vaccines show similar protection. 45 lives have been lost due to COVID-19 in Howell County to date. Statewide, we have approximately 180 COVID-19 patients admitted in intensive care units, with 19% of ICU beds being available. Ozarks Healthcare currently has 6 COVID-19 patients in the hospital. Within our own health system, we are seeing younger and unvaccinated patients come in with severe complications caused by COVID-19. These numbers are not the same as our record numbers of hospitalizations, but are trending upwards, closer to them every day. Mild or moderate COVID-19 lasts about 2 weeks for most people, but others experience lingering health problems even when they have recovered. The most common lasting symptoms are fatigue, shortness of breath, cough, joint pain, and chest pain. Other issues include cognitive problems, difficulty concentrating, depression, muscle pain, headache, rapid heartbeat, and intermittent fever. COVID-19 can even produce serious issues such as scarring and permanent problems in the lungs, as well as inflammation of the heart muscle. These post-COVID-19 complications are not just afflicting people who are very sick with the coronavirus. They are also occurring in those who had mild cases. COVID-19 vaccinations can lessen your risk of contracting COVID-19 and a serious condition that could alter the rest of your life or worse, end it.
Getting a COVID-19 vaccine before or during pregnancy can protect you from severe illness from COVID-19. Based on how these vaccines work, they are unlikely to pose a risk for women who are or plan to become pregnant. The only possible risk with the vaccine is the possibility of a fever following the second dose, which is experienced by around 10 to 15% of vaccine recipients. You can take a pregnancy-safe fever reducer, such as Tylenol, if you experience a fever after getting vaccinated or before getting vaccinated to help prevent a fever. There is currently no evidence that any vaccines, including COVID-19 vaccines, cause female or male fertility problems that could lead to problems getting pregnant. Additionally, those undergoing fertility treatments are recommended to continue treatment and receive a COVID-19 vaccine. People less than 50 years old should be aware of a rare risk of blood clots or low platelets with the Janssen vaccine. The risk of blood clots for this vaccine is actually lower than the risk of blood clots while using birth control pills. Yes, COVID-19 vaccines are not a risk to lactating women or their breastfeeding babies. While clinical trials for the COVID-19 vaccines currently authorized for use under an emergency use authorization in the U.S. did not include people who were breastfeeding, recent reports have shown that breastfeeding people who have received COVID-19 mRNA vaccines have antibodies in their breast milk, which could help protect their babies. COVID-19 vaccines do not contain a live virus, so being vaccinated does not pose a risk to you or your baby. An emergency use authorization, or EUA, is a way for authorities to streamline the availability and use of medical countermeasures, including vaccines, during public health emergencies such as the current COVID-19 pandemic. An EUA does not affect vaccine safety because it does not impact development and the studying of side effects and adverse reactions. Instead, it speeds up manufacturing and administrative processes. All vaccines follow the same testing processes, whether they are approved for emergency use or through a license. This process includes 3 phases of trials which test the medication, or in this case, a vaccine, on thousands of people. Once phase 3 is complete, the FDA reviews the data to determine whether the vaccine works and is safe. In a public health emergency, manufacturing may occur while vaccines are still in development rather than after approval. If the benefits outweigh any possible risks of the vaccine and manufacturing quality can be ensured, the FDA will approve the vaccine for emergency use. There are several reasons to receive the COVID-19 vaccine, number 1 being the protection of your life and the lives of your loved ones. But a major incentive is that you can resume activities without wearing a mask or social distancing after being fully vaccinated in most places. The White House is doubling down on the president's call to get 70% of Americans vaccinated by July 4th. To reach this goal, several businesses and organizations are partnering to offer incentives, such as company discounts, gift cards, event tickets, and more. For a full list of incentives, you can visit www.vaccines.gov. Fully vaccinated people can resume activities without wearing a mask or physically distancing, except where required by federal, state, local, tribal, or territorial laws, rules, and regulations, including local businesses and workplace guidance. By increasing the number of the population that is vaccinated, we can move closer to resuming a lifestyle where masking is less of a requirement.